on this awesome party. So can you hear it? Woo, 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 woo. Bring in the heat. I'm sick like this. You know, we got the lucky ladies on tonight. All
Two of
right.
me.
Well, welcome everybody.
Okay.
My name is Colleen and I am a health and wellness coach with Sustainwell, and I help women over 50 eat healthy, drink clean, and live free. And it doesn't matter about the live free part. You're going to learn all about that tonight. But we are bringing women to the well, and I got these fabulous ladies who are going to just rock it out of the park. So I'm going to do a little introducing to all of these lovelies. You do not know these ladies, but you should, and you will after this evening. I have the lovely Lori Ulo. I can't even pronounce her name. I'm so excited. Well, if you guys didn't know, she won an award just recently. She doesn't even know she's been nominated by Dr. Hurley from the University of Berkeley for being the most walked stairs on the planet. So welcome, Lori. Lori is a wife, a mother, and she is just fabulous and rocking the century. And you guys will know why I brought her on tonight, because she is so fabulous. And then I have the wonderful Sandra Ghost Whisper Fleming, that you all need to know her because she is actually Deepak Chopra, a person. She actually worked under Deepak, and she also has studied under Abraham Hicks. So she is so wise that she doesn't even know her wisdom herself. So I'm bringing these ladies to the table to share about their life, their wisdom, how they found health, and how they prescribe longevity for each and every one of you. So Lori, why don't you take it away, because you've been just rocking those stairs and I can't keep up with you.
Hey everyone, yes, Lori Ulloa. It's not the easiest last name, however it is doable, and I answer to Lori all the time. So I am a fun, feisty grandma of 5 grandchildren, 3 children, and I love feeling good so that I have energy when I'm with my grandkids and we can have fun. I was at a very young age. I was around 10 or 11. We were on vacation. We were in Santa Barbara, and I saw this beautiful gray-haired grandma on a bicycle. She had a child on her back seat, a grandchild, you know, on one of those bike seats. And I made that decision that I wanted to be like that when well, I've never grown up, but when I did get a little older.
So did you ever think that, you know, that visual of that woman on the bike would actually be you now?
No, but it stayed in my conscious memory. But no, I never thought that. But I do think about it now, and I'm like, yeah, you can be a senior. I don't even know if I'm a senior yet, and you can still feel good, have energy, and have fun.
Well, I think that's what we're trying to tell. So ladies out there that are over 50, you don't have to be that like picture that Lori told you of those old people crotchety in their wheelchairs, so to speak, right? So we're out there to bust myths, stop craziness, and Sandra, share your ghost whisper wisdom with us, since you have such the Deepak wiseness with us tonight. So
Wow, that's like, wow, bring it on.
I know.
Hold up.
That yogi, you know, ghost whisper thing. So if you guys need someone to help you with your dog, you know, she's really helped me calm my 15-month-old shepherd. You need, Sandra is someone you want to meet. She is definitely there. So Sandra, tell us a little bit about, you know, all that you've been doing since you're so wise these days.
Well, thank you. That's quite the introduction, and it's an honor to be here with you wonderful folks. I'm 64 years young, and I have never felt so good in my entire life. And, my journey started with watching my family actually struggle with health issues, especially the women in the family. Though, as it turns out, as we get older, same with the guys, but that didn't show up till later. And my mom has been like my best mentor. So it's funny, Lori, that you talked about that woman that you saw, because years ago, I practice yoga also. My mom took me to this yoga workshop, and I remember seeing this beautiful woman, white hair, gorgeous hair, sitting a few rows in front of us, and she was doing these hand exercises. And I said, Mom, who's that? And she said, Sandra, that's Ruth Bender. She was at that time, she was like 90 and a very, very well-known yoga teacher. She goes, Sandra, that's Ruth Bender. You've seen her book. And I said, oh, hey, well, if I do yoga, will I look like that? And she said, yeah. I said, I'm in. So that's one of the things that has led me to also like following my passion. And as Colleen said, I'm a tree hugging, dirt worshiping animal lover. And I enjoy my days being with pets, everybody's pets. People always say, do you have your own? I said, no, I take care of everybody else's. And it's a real joy, because I'll tell you what, the greatest thing about dogs and cats is they wake up happy and they want to play. They wake up happy and they want to play. And I want to be like that. I want to wake up happy and play.
Well, I think we all want to wake up happy and play. So we want to break some myths and some fallacies tonight for all the, we're really talking, we're bringing women to the well to come to some clarity and some reality of what is out there. I know, Lori, had a quick conversation, not even to get this started, about collagen, and how many times do people come to us because we have the knowledge. What about this supplement? What about collagen? What about vitamin D? What about that? So let's break some of those myths. And I know, Sandra, you chimed in a little later in the conversation to say, yes, we need it, but tell us the real truth that you shared with us quickly. Tell us the real truth about collagen.
Yeah. We do need collagen for many reasons, but as you get on in life, it's one of the things that keeps your skin moist and tight, if you will, so that when we lose collagen, we, more of our wrinkles show. And, but we get collagen from eating plants and from eating well. So if we have a good nutritional diet, or eating habit, I should say, I don't like the word diet, then we get collagen from that. But
so,
there's also
this is National Nutrition Month. So tell everybody, because people think if we have a good diet, a good diet to some people might be a McDonald's hamburgers, fries, and a salad. So, tell us a little bit, what do you mean by a good diet? You, Lori, share, like, what do you wake up with? What do you eat? What is classified a good diet?
Well, mostly plant-based. So you don't want to be eating a lot of meat. So mostly plant-based, a variety. So they say that you want to eat all the colors, 7 to 13 servings a day, the size of your fist. So that's a lot of colors. Drinking lots of water and getting exercise. And you want to eat in moderation. So I find that when I changed from less, I'm going to call it healthy diet, to more plant-based, nuts and grains, I actually was satisfied and didn't have those crazy cravings for like the bag of Cheetos, like 2 hours after dinner. Yeah. So Lori, what do you say?
Oh, my dog has lots to say.
Oh, bring him in.
Always bring him on. The Ghost Whisperer will help us out here. Don't worry.
Okay. Oops. So
well, you're the luscious salad lady, aren't you?
I'm the queen of salads.
So Sandra,
I love
queen of salads. Yeah, you love making them. You said you're the queen. So give us an idea. What do you put in those salads, and what kind of greens do you have in them? And do you pick them yourself?
I do. I pick many of them myself. I do have this thing. It's called an aeroponic tower garden. So I'm growing my own greens. I've got all different kinds of lettuces, arugula, nasturtiums. Nasturtiums are so fun to eat. They kind of have a little tanginess to them, and they're pretty and colorful. And then I buy organic. I'll go to a farmer's market and I'll buy organic produce. And then I have these waterless pans. So I'll cook a bunch of veggies and I throw that on my salad. And so that way I'm getting as many servings as possible of veggies into my diet every day. And I crave these salads. You know, when I know I'm going to have a salad for lunch, I get happy because they make you feel good and they energize you.
So it sounds like, Lori, you have a big bowl, like almost like you eat the whole large mixing bowl salad for your lunch.
Yes.
Right?
And then, so that, and I try to have a later lunch and then I try to have a very small dinner. And I have found that that has really helped. It helps with sleep. It helps with keeping my weight down. And then when I wake up, I feel good.
So let's break a myth. Do you think for us over 40, let's say, you know, the perimenopausal woman, you know, because we want to talk about it's National Women's, you know, International Women's Month and all that kind of stuff. We really want to hone in on women. Do you think that that's the secret to keep vibrant, stay healthier, is to have more plants and more smaller meals like you eat, Lori?
I absolutely do. And believe me, I am not perfect. You know, we'll go on vacation and I don't always stick to this regimen, but I feel better when I do.
He wants to chime in. He's saying that that regimen is so good. He wants to go to that hydroponic garden that I want you to tell us more about. Like, what does that look like? And what are those promotions, or what the heck did you call them? What are those things?
The aeroponic tower garden?
Yeah, tell us about those and about the nutrients, how that's, isn't it true that we need to be eating that 7 to 13 in color, but our soil is so depleted that it's really not enough, right?
Absolutely correct. That's very true. So we have to eat more. We have to bridge that gap, and we have to eat even more produce than we ate when I was growing up, because our soil is depleted. And then things that we get in the market, they may have been on a truck for like 5,000 miles. So you notice when you get your packaged salads, if you buy those, that, you know, they wilt within a day or two. So I love being able to walk out my back door and having this fresh produce there. And then it lasts longer because it's just freshly picked. So all the nutrients are still there. It's not sprayed. It hasn't been sitting in a warehouse. So yes, they're called aeroponic tower garden. And I have one that grows indoors and I have two that grow outside as well. So I'm constantly rotating and growing different plants on there.
So help me visualize what this like looks like. Is it square? Is it in bags, you know, when you walk outside? I mean, help everybody understand, because it's gardening season. Oh, wait, hold it over a little closer. Okay, over that way. Okay, cool. Good. Oh, wow.
That's
So
what it looks like. And then here's the one that
with the
grows
lights.
indoor, and it has
Okay.
grow lights. So people who live in colder climates, like Sandra, you live in Colorado, you can grow one of these indoors until spring comes and all the snow melts.
That's right.
So
So-
here's another picture.
So Lori, you seem like Mother Nature. Not only did you win the award from Dr. Hurley from having the most steps and miles going. So you also, I think I must talk to this doctor and tell her you also need an award for the Green Thumb Award for providing. So you have 3 of these things. Why? Why 3? And how hard is it to grow? Because I am a brown thumber.
Well, my other garden that grows in dirt has not done very well at all. And I'll replant it again in a few weeks. But my tower gardens, they require very little attention. And I have 3 because I'm growing snap peas and Swiss chard and eggplants and tomatoes and like 5, 6, 7, 8 kinds of different lettuces. And since everything grows at a different time,
Mm.
I always have some produce to harvest. So it's in stages, and I grow kale and I grow spinach on it. So yes, that's why I have so many.
Wow, Lori, we need to bring you back on for to show us how to grow that, right on the side with your camera by your thing, picking those things, because that sounds absolutely amazing. Sandra, doesn't it? Tell me, do you have one of these things too?
You know what? I don't, but I'm getting one this year and I cannot wait. It's like having your own farmer's market, you know? And also when you pick your produce fresh like that, it's like candy. You know, the food is so vibrant that it's, a tomato in the grocery store doesn't taste like anything. You grow your own tomatoes, and with the tower garden, it's so delicious. And your body knows that it just can absorb all those delicious nutrients, and you just feel better taking all of that in, and you take it with you. I didn't know you had three, Lori. It's great.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. And like if like Tower Garden and supporting local farmers markets and local organic farms,
Well,
yeah.
and Lori made a really good point, her outdoor garden, because she's Mother Earth as well as the walking mile gal as well, that her earth garden, just she doesn't have the net, but this water garden. So all of us that are water gurus, I think I would do much better, because I'm more of a hydro water, creature. I love the water. So I think I would do much better with that hydroponic, aeroponic tower garden as far as
And
growing simple, easy type of thing.
well, the Tower Garden uses like 90% less water than the garden you grow outside. It uses less soil, or there's no soil,
No
less
soil.
water, less electricity. So it's also environmentally makes sense. It makes sense. And given what's been going on this year, remember in the beginning when everybody was raiding the grocery stores? I know my friends were like, hey, I got the Tower Garden, I'm good. I'm good. So it's like food sovereignty, food security, and
Right.
that it's food that's good for you. Like Lori said, there's no chemicals, no pesticides, nobody's messed with it. And you can count on that. And
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about, last year and a little bit about war kind of slowly coming out of it. You know, I feel that majority of the women over 40 have put on a lot of weight because, someone mentioned to me, just from the fact that you forget going into work, parking, and then even that little bit of walking from your parking to your job was back and forth and up, maybe you took the stairs instead of the elevator because you knew you needed. Now you're homebound. So now you take that parking, taking the stairs, that whole 30-minute regimen is gone because you walk from your bedroom to the kitchen to your computer, boot it on up, get on 4 or 5 Zooms, do
mhm.
different things. It's so easy to just grab coffee after coffee after coffee and then just grab nuts and seeds. So have you ladies found that, women that you're talking to are lethargic, unhappy, uh, having trouble sleeping, and just aren't feeling well? And what are you sharing with them with your wisdom? What are you telling them that you're doing to expand and get healthier?
Um, I do find that, the gyms, well, we've had pretty nice weather here. And so some people are able to get out and get some exercise in. Gyms have been closed, they're just starting to open up. But women are finding that they have gained some weight because, they do like going to a gym, and the kids are home. They're homeschooling the children, so they have to be here with the children. Some of them are teachers who are teaching and homeschooling at the same time. So yeah. And now that we're coming into spring and it's more shorts, eventually bathing suits, I think women really are trying to look for some solutions to helping themselves get, the few extra pounds off
Well,
and to feel better.
and not only that, Sandra, you could probably speak on this being, the tree hugger, the mental health of women. I think that, that has always been, a struggle. I think as women, you have to provide a community where you can ebb and flow. But when every woman's struggling mentally with this crisis, that you don't even feel like picking up a phone and talking to your girlfriend, because she might be having a lot of, excuse the language, shit going on herself. And, you don't want to like rock the boat. I mean, your world might be crafting going fine. And then you try to, so we're really been isolated. So let's talk about the mental health, and by not getting enough water and whole food nutrition and plant-based. Talk a little bit on that, Sandra.
Well, I usually am out with dogs, and prior to COVID, I would average about 18,000 steps a day, 18
Wow.
to 20. And, and then after COVID, I was lucky if I got 4. And so I'm in Colorado, I'm in Boulder, Colorado. Boulder, Colorado is very outdoorsy. So, we we were getting out as soon as we could, but I even noticed that we were getting out, and then also one of the yoga studios that I go to, they were on it. I think they had to close their doors on a Saturday. By Monday they had virtual classes happening. They were like, let's do it. And it was great. Like, I participated in that and kept up with my eating regimen, wasn't walking dogs, but I was putting on weight too. And the whole idea of, mental health and depression, I think it sneaks up on you. Like, it's been so foreign, probably to many of us, or we had some sort of avenue to, bring ourselves out of that. So, I think it sort of snuck up too, where you would find in conversation. And where I noticed it right away was when the dog parks opened back up. And so the people that you would see every day with the dogs, they started talking about, how this whole thing of feeling a little depressed. And and so I was asking them, well, are you getting outside? Are you getting fresh air? How are you eating? Like, are you, like, have I like motored through the chocolate chip cookies? It, right? But how are you eating? And what can you do? Do you think that helps if you eat better? And are you able to communicate with people that you love, certainly by Zoom, but now, like, can you get outside and talk to people a little bit? Like, what are the things that we can do? And then of course it was like, thank God you have a pet.
Right,
The
for
pet,
sure.
our dogs and kitties have, like, I had only 2 clients whose dogs I was walking for probably 3 months. And every day I would pick those dogs up and I'd say, thank you, thank you, thank you. These dogs are keeping my sanity, you know.
Right.
And it was even, yes, it was income, but I was like, thank you. I'm so glad Monday through Friday I get to go out with these guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And
So I want to know a little bit about, Lori told us a little about her, plants. Like, what is your regimen? I know we all snuck in some cookies and we all put on some weight, we all got to be real and honest, and Lori talked about this vision of the woman, and the bike, she wanted to be active like that. So, at what age, both of you, did you, change? Because I feel that as we get older, we're looking for supplementation, we're looking for, and I think the ladies that I talk, it's like, oh, I'll get on this Alive gummy, or I'll get on an magnesium and zinc and
Yep.
Cranberry capsule and turmeric, and because I think
Resveratrol.
they hear from the media that, oh, the soil's not rich, like we just said that. I'm not eating enough. I'm not eating the colors of the rainbow. So let's really hit them hard and tell them what they really, the truth about what they should be supplementing. I mean, we talked a little bit about they don't really need collagen if they're eating more plant-based, but ladies, what are you doing? Because you guys look great. You look like you're, under 50, and sometimes we got to have a little wrinkles to be mature. So Sandra, Lori,
Yeah.
share, let's tell them what we're all doing and how they can find us and what the real regimen is going to be. Let's cut the BS and tell women what they really need to hear. Okay, Sandra,
Well,
hit them
true
hard.
confessions for me, true confessions. I didn't have my SHIT together until I was probably 40. But, from when I was young through teenage years and my adult life, I had poor cognition, like always a foggy brain. I was always bloated, gassy. I was always angry, quite frankly. And I didn't know why. And as you start to pay attention to what's going on, I know my mom struggled with a lot of things. And as I started learning, like you said, you went for the one of the diets, or you heard that, this, you need more vitamin C, and I would try it all. And it, like either you wouldn't feel anything or maybe it helped a little bit. And I think my big wake up call was when I went to India for 2 weeks. And when I came back, I got wicked sick, and ended up seeking out a naturopathic doctor and a doctor of Chinese medicine. And they were the ones who started talking to me about nutrition. Because they actually have lengthy training in nutrition. So that was the first time that I was like, oh, okay, there's more. But
so
still,
Sandra, wait, before, let me cut you off. Sorry to say. So you're telling everybody that doctors have no training in nutrition. Is that what I'm hearing you saying?
they probably get they don't. They're
Okay.
treated to react to a symptom and to prescribe a prescription, and to prescribe something to take in their own defense. That's their medical training.
Right.
I think they get something crazy like 3 hours of nutrition, but it's not even what
I wanted
naturopath
everybody
or
to
Chinese
hear
doctor.
that because
Yeah,
you
I'm
were
not
very ill, and then you went to a naturopath and a Chinese medicine person.
And
Okay, go on with your story.
my
Sorry.
first naturopath, the first thing she said was, I'm going to make this appointment, but for 5 days, she said, I want you to write down every single thing that you eat. She said, it's going to sound like a lot, but just write it down. And at the time, I was like, I eat fine. I take care of myself. I know what I'm doing. And so when we sat down, she said, okay, Sandra, so this is what I'm seeing. Coffee, pasta, tortellini, bagels, coffee, wine, coffee, pasta. And I'm not exaggerating. I was
Wow.
there and went, ooh, that's probably not really good, So that was where I first started to have to really wake up and pay more attention. But there were still many years where I would seek out or try, because most of my challenges were with my intestinal difficulties and digestion and that sort of thing.
Right. And that's where I think a lot of women struggle,
I think a lot
the
of people
bloating,
do.
the gas, the GI, where they go down the IBS. So
Yes.
tell us, how'd you get cleaned out? What did you add? What's the truth? What's the facts? Give it
So
to us down and dirty.
I started eating more greens and getting on that bandwagon. But then about 7 years ago, one of my friends also turned me on to more information about what I could put on my plate, but then how I could supplement it with dehydrated fruits and vegetables. And, she told me about it and I was like, I got this. I know what I'm doing. And was another 3 years before I decided to try these supplemental plant powders. And then that's when things started to change. That's when my body everything was working in synergy. Like I could tell right away that my bowels moved better, my skin looked better, my hair, I slept better. I know it, it was like just like that missing link, bridging that gap between what we eat, what we think we eat, and what we should
Right.
eat or putting in our body. Let me say
Right.
it that way. Yeah.
Nice.
And that was
Nice.
like the aha. I was like, oh my gosh, where was this when I was 20 or
Yeah, and
17?
don't worry, everybody. We're going to get to the secret after Lori shares her and I share mine. We're going to give you the true about these plant powders, where you need to get them, why you need to be on them. So Lori, take it away and blow us away about your story with
Well,
these something, whatever you're doing.
I I always tried to eat healthy like Sandra. My kids would get pizza and they would give me the crust. Well, actually, the crust is probably the worst part, but I still like the crust.
That's where you got that curly hair, that spiky curls from the
There you
crust. That's
go,
what I
on the
hear, Lori.
crust. I loved, oh, I know how it started. My husband was going to run a marathon. All of his friends were into running. This was back 1970, I don't know, 76, 77. And I was not very supportive because we were raising three little children. And then he got sick. And this marathon was going from, it was crossing the border. So we were going from Tijuana to Ensenada. I think that was 26 miles.
Wow.
Well, he had trained so hard, so diligently, and then he got a cold. And we were days away. We were about a week away. And I went to this vitamin store in the city where we lived. And that's where I started to learn about supplements. So I came home and I had all this stuff. And I said, here, you got to take this and this and this and this. And then I started finding that I loved going into health food stores and vitamin stores and learning. And I had one around the corner from me. And she started to teach me about, you have to be careful where things are made because there's
Right.
no, what's my word? They don't oversee it. There's no restrictions. So they can say something's in it that isn't, or they can put more of something in it that isn't good for us.
You're telling me it could be toxic. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So
So they could be putting horse manure and we wouldn't know it, right?
and who
Okay.
knows where it comes from,
Right,
how it's
right.
manufactured, right?
Yeah.
So I was buying all these things and I used to carry this bag around and I would take my calcium and my green tablets and my spirulina and all these little things and people would just roll their eyes at me. And then I got introduced to this woman. I went to this meeting and I met this fabulous lady and she was going to be working a booth at a cancer convention. And I wanted to know what she did. And she told me that she works with this company that figured out how to put fruits and veggies into capsules, plant powders. They had research. They repaired damaged DNA. It was going to cut out all that other stuff that I was taking and cost me less money. So
Wow. Wow. Were you kind of taken aback when you found this woman that gave you such a good price? It sounds similar to Sandra's story. It's kind of almost sounds too good to be true. Something that is natural from the earth that, it sounds, costs you less. That's going to help you more.
right,
Kind of is a
right.
no-brainer to me, huh?
And it was food. It was real food. It had a food label and it had research behind it. And it was supported by health professionals. So yes, there are some doctors and other health professionals who do understand the value of nutrition. There are some, and they're learning. So I started taking these. I called my friend up. I was at the gym and I thought, I feel great. I feel balanced. And I just had this sustainable energy. And I really felt good, really felt good.
All right, so ladies, share with everybody what is the secret formula. You call these plant powders. What the heck's the name of these plant powders that also have this tower garden that you've been doing? Let's give them the dirt. Let's tell them the truth. Stop going to vitamin stores, people. Stop going to GNC and Walgreens and Publix and wherever you go. You need to talk to professionals. You need to hear the story. So what's the magic potion? Sandra, Lori, give it to us straight. What's the name of this stuff? My girls froze. You there, Lori? Well, everybody, it is Juice Plus. It's fruits and vegetables in a capsule and a yummy gummy, and there's omega blends, and there are other things. I lost
There
you.
you are.
I
You are.
had to fill in for a minute. I was saying to everybody, it was, Juice Plus, but fruits and vegetables in a capsule, a yummy gummy, and an omegas. So
Oh, the omegas. Woo.
that's even so, what is the magic? It's so simple that people just don't get it. So how, Sandra, do you explain it, and Lori, in simple terms so people stop putting crap in their bodies?
Well, it's actual food, and it is, well, the food is picked when it's vine ripened, when it's at the peak of ripeness, which is when it is the most nutritious. I'm going to back up for a second. We partner with third and fourth generation farmers and have for in excess of 20 years. So we know where the food is coming from. We have somebody that actually goes and checks up. So it's picked at when it's vine ripened, and it goes, it's frozen immediately. And then we use a low heat process. It's like kind of putting this big Vitamix, all thrown in there, the skin, the seeds, the fruit. So like an orange, your vitamin C, the majority of your vitamin C when you eat an orange is in the rind, not in the fruit. So all of that goes in there. So you get all the nutrition. It goes in this big slurry. And then we use a low heat process to bring it to the powder form and then encapsulate it again with a very low heat process in vegan capsules. So the beauty of this is that when you take these capsules, it's bioavailable. So it goes right into your system. When you eat food, you go through that salivated process and it goes through the whole digestion, and that's where when people say they have food allergies, like that's where that can happen, because it's a different process of getting into your body. And then that also has more to do with where the food came from. But these capsules are bioavailable. It's remarkable. It's remarkable. And like Lori said, they're backed by, I think we're up to 40 scientific medical journals, not some study, but these are scientific medical journals from top medical institutions and universities around the world. It's
And so,
very cool.
why is that important? And Laura, you got to speak to this for me, because you were taking stuff that you had no idea wasn't researched. So were you desperate?
Yeah, I guess I was desperate because I was busy. I was raising kids. I was working. I was going to the gym. I needed energy and I didn't want to keep drinking coffee all day. And so I knew that I wasn't eating as well as I should. And so I was always searching. I was searching for the next best thing that
So,
would
so for
support.
those people that are searching, that are where you were, that there are people out there. We know that there's women out there and people are out there that are searching. How can we really have them believe, trust, get on the right path instead of going down that searching path and getting onto other products? Tell a person that was like you, speak to yourself. If you were, think back and speak to yourself and say, hey, this Juice Plus with the 40 plus journals makes more sense. So what would you say to your past self, which are people out there that are getting all sorts of isolated nutrients?
I would say that we have a solution. And I want to deviate for a second. So I don't know if you can tell, but I have purple hair and purple
Yeah,
ears.
it's looking good.
So one of my favorite products is our purple blend. So we have them in chewies and in capsules. So I represent our berry blend.
That's great.
And berries are amazing because everybody knows about elderberry, right? Elderberry
Yeah.
syrup, elderberry, whatever. Well, not only does our product have elderberry, but it's got bilberry and blueberry and boysenberry and cacao and ginger and berries that we've probably raspberries and cranberries. I will be very honest. I was going through menopause when I discovered Juice Plus, and those hot flashes were so annoying.
Mm.
And my moods were up and down and up and down. And my husband would look at me and I'd be like, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone right now. And this all stopped. I mean, that's my story. I'm not saying it would happen for everyone, but it really supported, blood flow and keeping my the circulation going. My feet were I was always freezing. Now I can
Yeah.
handle the cold so much better because I'm getting the right nutrition.
Well, and it's so funny, Laura, you go through all that bilberry and all those berries. I'm thinking probably 85% of majority of the population, that might be high, don't get that many servings of the berries every single day, because most people, at the cost of, what did you tell me the other day out in California, how much blueberries were, like a pint, $5 or something, did you tell
Yeah,
me?
like $4.99 for organic, and then boysenberries and raspberries. You could spend, I don't know, a good $30 if you wanted to get a variety of berries, and they last a couple of days.
And they aren't very sweet because, like I think Sandra mentioned, y'all, is that they're picking them, we don't know when they picked them, they're ripening in the truck, so they're not very sweet. So when you want a berry, I don't know about you guys, when you first were introduced to like blueberries, wasn't it like with the family, and you had like a, fresh blueberries, and you put some whipped cream on it and you ate it with a biscuit or something like that, and it was like an event.
Yes,
Now you go for that same event and you get these sour berries, so then you never buy them again.
right,
But we
right.
know we need them, so just for that alone, just for what Lori said alone, everybody, you need to get on the berry blonde, because we need all of those berries for heart health, for menopause. The guys need them to, stop taking the Viagra, move their circulation around, to just be vibrant. If you only take that, guys, if you only get on that, it's.
And it's a great facial, the berry blend. You can make a
Oh,
facial. Yeah.
oh, I'll try
Oh,
that.
well,
Even
we'll have
better if
to.
you mix it with the omegas. But anyway, sorry. Home
Well,
facial
this
with all
is
the good stuff.
just, I know, the ladies have somewhere to go, because they are both, Sandra and Lori are people you want to know, because they are celebrities, you guys. So if you want to get in touch with Sandra, if you felt that energy going and you want to learn and get on Juice Plus with her, that's great. If you want to connect with Lori, she's going to share information. And guys, I just like to bring people to the well, to educate them and coach them on proper nutrition. I do promote Juice Plus in the Tower Garden, but we all want people to get it from the best source, the best person that's going to service them and help them out. So Sandra, you're out in Boulder, so tell people how they can follow you, find you, because they might have really been attracted to and want to ghost whisper with you. Who knows?
Great. Yeah, I'm in Boulder, Colorado. And it's like Health Central here in Colorado. You can find me on Facebook, Sandra Fleming, and you'll know it's me because there's dog pictures. Also, you could message below. I can, or you can message me. I'll share my email. I love to talk. I don't mind talking on the phone. Okay. I don't mind talking on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not like a quick text. You can text me, but find me on Facebook and message me. I love to talk about health. I think it's the greatest gift we can give ourselves and our families,
Yeah, for sure.
truly. And it's
And Lori,
easier than we think.
How can people find you, out in the West, or just want to get your purple hair or whatever, because, or learn how to, get those awards like you've been getting.
I know, my
Yeah.
Stairmaster Awards. I also am on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. And I also love talking to people, Zoom meetings, on the phone, email, text. It's all amazing. And I would like to say that this gives me peace of mind, and it puts my family, my three children, they're raising their own children right now, and they are busy and they don't have to worry about their mom and dad. And that is such a gift, and they were worried a little bit about, whatever, but they don't have to worry about us. And I really value that because they get to enjoy me, their children get to enjoy me, and it's a blessing. It truly is.
And I think, Lori, I liked how you said that. I think people want to have that peace of mind. Sandra mentioned, if you guys didn't hear, I'm going to mention again, the gap insurance, good quality of nutrition. I love bringing, collaborating with gals like that. I didn't tell you all before, but, the first time I met these ladies through the global company Juice Plus, we met in St. Cloud, Florida, and then we met again in Tampa, and we just are looking for people, partners that want to do life with us and have fun. So if you think we were fun and you laughed a little bit and you joked a little bit and you want to come along with us, that's what we're all about. And if you like the topic and you want Sandra and Lori to come back on one of the shows and you want us to do more lives and just yuck it up with you and do sorts of stuff, comment on the Facebook Live and I'll bring them back on. I will definitely make sure that I give everybody their info. Lori and Sandra, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. It's an hour difference. Lori has stuff to do. She's got to walk some miles, and Sandra's got to meet up with Deepak to get her next gig going. And we do not know where Lori's going to be because she's going to be creating salads and working that Tower Garden. So we don't know. So if you want them on again, you got to let me know because it might be a couple of months, but they might find time in their busy schedule. So this was fun, girls. Thank you for coming on my Formula to Freedom class, helping women over 50 live a life vibrant and healthy and collaboration. So thanks for coming to the well, everybody. And till next time, everybody, eat some plants, find the Tower Garden, and we will see you all next time. Bye now.
Thanks, Lori. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody,
Bye,
for
ladies.
coming.
Thank you.
Have